One of the most exciting things for me about joining Sagamore as its next historian is its commitment to sharing as many of its stories as possible. We call ourselves America's Great Camp, and it's more than just good marketing.
I like to think that every step of our historic tour is exceptional, but I think the pinnacle for most folks is probably here. The main lodge is something of a grand central station of architectural, environmental, and American history. So many movements and aspects go into it, and so many movements come out of it.
And it's even a little more true in our case because the Vanderbilts built the actual Grand Central Station in New York. This matters because at our entryway, our rock declares that we are a National Historic Landmark.
Not Adirondack Historic Landmark or New York Historic Landmark, although we hold those connections to be deeply important as well. But National Historic Landmark really does make sense, just like America's Great Camp really makes sense.
Because though the Durants built this place and the Vanderbilts made it famous and gave it its architectural beauty, when you look below the surface, this really is a site of national history. The fortunes that built and maintained it came from the literal cross-country labor of railroad workers who faced long hours of dangerous work for little pay. And of course, to have a railroad, you have to have steel. You have to have timber. You have to have coal. And you have to have land and laborers often sourced from the least included, represented, or cared for portions of our people. The fortunes to make this place do not exist without their work. And sometimes, the fortunes to make this place existed at their expense.
So throughout the historic tours, we strive to tell all of these stories. We encourage our visitors to find human experiences not only in stories of pitchers of martinis enjoyed or croquet matches played, but also in the hard and under-heralded labors it took to harvest ice in January, fell trees in April, wash clothes and dishes in August, split wood in November, or work a blacksmith's forge in any season. By the time they reach these doors and the room behind it, they've considered all these stories and see how they combined into this exceptional location. Just like all of America had a connection to the processes that produced this place, all of our visitors have a claim to this history.
And we're always growing our knowledge and expanding how we tell that story. Right now, we're fundraising to invest in modern LiDAR, ground-penetrating radar, and cultural landscape reporting to help us learn more about our Mohican, Mohawk, and Abenaki predecessors in stewarding these waters and lands, and working with their descendants who remain our Adirondack neighbors today. And we're also investing manpower and dedication to traditional archival research to tell every part of our story, including the ways that Syracuse University opened up this inspirational place to so many more visitors for more than 20 years. And that is why it is an honor to say to all of our donors, thank you. Because the generosity that helps us keep our doors open to share all of our histories, all of our visitors are now part of this story. And that's what makes Sagamore a National Historic Landmark and America's Great Camp today and for all of its tomorrows.